Guys, welcome back to the channel. Let me give you an update on where we're at here with free candy. Always felt that it was a fuel issue, so the first thing I did was replace the carburetor. Put a brand new one on there. That's not the problem. Then I thought, well, maybe it's the ignition, so I redid the entire ignition system. That is not the problem. Thought maybe plugs were fouled. That wasn't the problem. Leaning a little towards head gasket, so I drained the oil out of it. Oil was perfect. Then I drained the radiator, and radiator looked like shit, but there was no oil in it. It was the original radiator that I got with this van, and it was all rusty on the inside, so it was kind of crappy looking, but as you can see, no oil. Maybe that's a better picture. So we got a new radiator for it also, and now we're switching to the fuel pump. So after a debacle with Napa and them sending me the wrong fuel pump and then not letting me return it to a store, because apparently they are all individual franchises, we just got ourselves a little Amazon pump. So got the motor set to top dead center. I have the rod up in there. So we're going to slap this on, and then I guess put the radiator on. We're going to put our hands together and pray. So here's where we're at. I just pulled the thermostat out. I'm going to flush this with some vinegar because it's just crappy looking. You can see, or maybe you can't. But here I was thinking I was all done underneath, and I found this little bolt. This goes where you would put the long bolt in to hold the arm on the fuel pump. So let me get this in, and then we should be done under the van, with the exception of hooking up the lower radiator hose. So we just filled the block up with a little bit of vinegar. We're going to leave this in here for about 10 minutes or so, just kind of let it penetrate, soak. So you can see I just jammed a shot glass at the end of the hose to hold it in place. I guess I'll shoot the hose through my heater core just to get any rust out of there, and we'll go from there. Then we'll put the radiator in, and we will hopefully fire this up, and maybe it'll run. Shut up, chicken. All right, guys, here's the test. We're gonna give her a test fire. Now, we did fill her up with just water. I figured why put antifreeze in, because if it leaks, then I'm just losing antifreeze. And I also kept out the thermostat. So we're gonna fire her up and see if she runs. As you can see, I haven't fired it yet because there's really no gas in the filter. So I did throw a little bit of gas in the carburetor. Let's connect this. I don't even know if the battery's gonna start it, but we're gonna find out if we have power, or if we're gonna need a jump start. That's not what I was hoping for. That's not what I was hoping for at all. Let's see if we got fuel in our filter. Oh yeah, fuel's full. Let's check for leaks underneath. See if we got anything. I'm at a loss here. Look good so far. Now it is possible it's got air in it. Let's try it again. Same shit. All right, instead of going and grabbing a 30 pack, I think I'm gonna go and set up an appointment with the speed shop guy. I am open for suggestions. I'm not sure this is supposed to be hand loose. Could it be a vacuum leak? Let's find out. All right, that's it. Calling it a day. It obviously was not that little vacuum leak, so I guess tomorrow we'll do a compression test. It's either got to be a head gasket or possibly intake manifold gasket. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're dwindling shit down. Well, day 2 of my vacation in the series Small Block Chevy Kicks Scott's Ass is starting off fantastic. right, so today we are going to be doing a compression test here on Free Candy because we're quite frankly, we're running out of options. Compression test should tell us if it's leaking from one cylinder to another if I get two right next to each other. So you can see I went through 7, 5, you know, labeled all my wires, and I'm also going to go through and keep it short of the compression. So I'm going to take all these plugs out. We're going to start the test. I don't think there's any need to record just taking plugs out, other than the fact that number 3 up there sucks. So yeah, let's get on this. All right, so before I do a compression test, got this nice little camera here. So we're gonna scope inside the cylinder. Granted, I really don't know what I'm looking at, but let's see what happens here. We can see we have some oil around the spark plug, so that's not great. Inside, we can see the piston. Does look kind of oily. But the walls look good, at least in that little section right there. Let's turn the camera. I can see a valve, it looks like. I don't expect you guys to see this very well at all, but yeah, we got some residue. Let's try a different cylinder. Same thing, we got some oil around it. That's never great. Oh, what happened to the light? All right, well, I'm going to go through, I'm going to look at all 4 of these cylinders, and then we're going to put the tester on it and see where we end up. All right, so here we are. We're in plug number 1. Now, what I did was I pulled the ignition wire out of the distributor, so it should not fire at all. I mean, it's only got 4 plugs connected anyway. So I was told to give it throttle, and let's crank it a little bit, and we'll also go see if there's any oil that spits out. All right, that should be good enough for a reading. Come on, 130, 140. All right, we got about 130 or so. I'll take that. All right, so you see we have 130 psi's in cylinder 1. So now we're going to go back. We're going to try cylinder 3, which I don't know. I'm just thinking that's the culprit. And I went through. I know you really can't see it, but I cleaned any oil near the plug, so we're going to see if we get any of that. So let's go number 3. Yeah, my battery might not be the best, but it's what I got. Okay. I guess that's good news. I'll take it. All right, now 5 and 7 I can easily see, so let's crank her. Oh, that's not good. I think we're finding the problem. I don't know if that's bad rings. I don't know if it's a bad head gasket. I do not know, but that's not good. All right, I'm not sure about this. Cylinder number 5 checked out around 80 psi's. I think I want this to be low also, because it could just be a head gasket going from one cylinder to another. So let's find out. Okay, we're already above it. Okay. That was, I don't know if that's good or bad. I really don't. How come no one told me I labeled this wrong? I swear, I can't trust you guys. Alright, well, at least we have our diagram fixed. So now we're going to jump on the other side. We're going to do a compression test there. And we're just going to fast forward through all that shit and I'll show you the results. How in the absolute hell is it? I watch these other YouTubers go into a field, work on a car that's been sitting there for 30 years, and they get the plugs out in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, here I am in my driveway with every tool imaginable. I mean, I got pass-through wrenches, regular wrenches. I got this goofy thing, which, you know, good for hard-to-reach spots, but didn't help me. And it takes me a half an hour just to get out 4 plugs. It's just not fair, man. It's not fair. Number 1 is having a good time, hitting around $1.41. All right, well, we got plug numbers 1 and 3 out of the way. Now we're to the easy ones. So, be alive, number 5. Hello? Let's try this again.
Houston, you have a problem. Game over, man. It's game over. Free candy!
Thank you for your service.
We will reveal